what do you want to do, if you really want to do it, and do like everything for it to be the best.
Get to know your local community, engage with them, prepare something for them, take it as a reference material.
In my free time, which I don't have, but my other job is,
I think that nothing is going to happen overnight, so step by step.
Maybe don't be so afraid of authorities. I would recommend it to my younger self.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're the G's. I'm Vincent.
I'm Lahiro. And today we out here at KUMST with these two lovely ladies. And we're here to find out what they do here, what they're about. First time we've been at KUMST, I swear I was about to shit myself because I was really intimidated by the fact that it's a organization. And we've been here for the Infame Radio Festival, and we were one of the hosts for the panel discussion. And yeah, one thing led to another. We finished the discussion. We talked with Tamara, and we found out that it's actually a very cozy place led by lovely people. And KUMST is mainly popular for giving creatives business advice, and maybe some of their famous work include Bastel Instruments, Board Cubator, obviously Game Base. They got the plastic guys from here, Frame Hill, and even much more famous in Czech Republic could be Microf Records, Rikli Kluci, and Butter Club from Brno. So
Yes, let's get to it. Could you introduce yourself as individuals, not as KUMST, but who you are?
Hi everyone, I'm Tamara, and I would say I'm active, talkative, caring person, so it led me to take care of other creative people and really enthusiastic people around us in Brno.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm originally a designer, as art director for games. I studied game media in Faculty of Fine Arts here in Brno, and I'm working for Gamebase as a project manager right now.
And also, one of my favorite questions: what music do you listen to?
I actually wasn't ready for this question, so I opened Spotify 5 minutes ago, but mostly this year or last year it was Aerostar, so Afrobeat, dancehall, amapiano, something like this, really dancey, vibey stuff.
Yeah, I bought some tickets for FK Twix, so it might be the thing I'm listening right now.
Nice.
And can you share with us a bit more what are your roles at KUMST and at Gamebase as well?
Sure. So I'm on consulting creative projects and curating programs and exhibitions, things that happen here and public can visit, basically.
Yeah, my work is a little bit different. I'm working as a project manager, as I mentioned, and it's more like the package of the things I do. It's like I'm taking care of community of game developers. I'm consulting them and also providing some support during the development.
And what are some of your favorite things while working here, actually? You said you're doing some part of the production or a big role of it. So what comes to your mind when you think of something that you really enjoy about it?
What I really enjoy is that we have a chance to hear very creative projects and being in contact with many people during the day. It's what I like the most. But for me, professionally, was and still is taking care of the front part of the building, showroom, And there I created 2.5 years, I guess, the exhibition program. So this was a big part of my growing up in here.
Wow. So I guess you are the reason why it always looks so fascinating. Right now, is it still pink downstairs or?
Right now it's in slightly change.
Okay.
We will have exhibitions that tackles creativity for high schoolers and people on colleges, and they can come being inspired, but also take part of a workshop that I create for them.
Wow, wonderful. What about you, Natalie?
Okay, my like the most favorite part about working in here is the community I created. I helped to create, and working with the people in the field. I'm actually part of also as a creator, as a designer. So I met a lot of like super interesting people who knows a lot about specific field of the development, and they just taught me that much just for like our conversation we had uh, during our coffee break. And yeah, it is super nice to meet these people in here, and it helps me to grow as a person, as a creator also. Yeah, that's nice.
So KUMST is helping you to grow individually as professionally and creatively. Is there something that's like a challenge, everyday challenge, or something that's really hard for you as being a part of KUMST?
You can start.
I know this, but okay.
Yes.
For me, I was used to be more behind the scenes usually. I'm also taking part on photography here, or I used to at the beginning. But during the time, it happened that I'm in front of the camera and I'm speaking, and this is the most challenging part about it. And I'm getting, I guess, better at it, but it still feels like I need to calm down and
Getting to the zone.
be grounded.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Just to let you know, at least speaking for me, from us, I'm still always freaking out right before before the camera, and then maybe 2 minutes later, I'm like, okay, it's all right.
It's just talking in the end. Yeah, for me, I don't know. It sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's super exciting. I don't know what specific is like. Of course, it's hard. You are working with people, different people. You have to understand their motivation and everything. So yeah, working with people is hard, but it's also super interesting, and yeah, that's it, I guess.
I got a question for you, Natalie. Like, how does a designer get to working in game development? Was it like a thing you had in mind, or is just like something that just happened out of coincidence?
I think if I look at the history we have in Czech Republic, it was more like a hobby, like people just wanted to try making a game, and they just did it, and they were happy about it. But right now you can actually study game design and game development in high school and at university, as I did, and it's getting more like I don't know how to say it. It's
Career path.
maybe it's not accidentally. You have to actually like the medium, like the game medium. You have to have some connection with it, but it's super open to everybody. Like I think like game designers, graphic designers can be part of the game development. 3D designers can be part of the development, musicians, VFX effectors, etc., etc. It's a super complex field, and like every designer can be valuable for the game development.
And do you have any personal highlights through your years at KUMST? Okay, first off, how many years are you both in KUMST now?
1.5.
And 1.5.
And are there any highlights that come to your mind?
I think I'm just going to talk about the community because it's the best thing about my work. And also when somebody has some like success in their development is, yeah, that's the highlight for us. And also when they just, I think it's also important when they figure out that it's too hard for them to actually finish it, and they just like find out and we can discuss it together, and they're like, okay, I'm done with it, and now I know everything I had. I proved myself as a designer, and that is kind of like a highlight because it's important to face the hard part of the development and just like be okay with it. So for me, it is.
For me, it's when I came to KUMST, I was still a student. So for me, it was like being able to be in a decision making, like having a voice and decide on what's good, what can be done, what's going to help somehow to bring my own ideas and being actually heard and encouraged.
To get out of your comfort zone. And yeah, wonderful.
Definitely.
And for Natalie, for all of you that's listening, she's talking about being obviously into the community and helping through, but also going through the process of it, which is a big factor, rather than just aiming for something, the end result basically, just going step by step.
We're back in a second.
As KUMST, you consider supporting creatives as an important role in society, right? Or at least that's what I read on the website, and that's what I feel when I come here. Can you give us a bit more info on that?
Like, how do we do that? Or why do we do that? Or
Maybe I can work through it. Like, why do you think it is important for societal development for creatives to be supported?
Okay, there is many people around us that are creative, and there are many tools to support them to be independent and use that ability. And there is already many people invested in creative industries. So once that there was mapping of creative industries in 2014. So they found out that 10% of employees and employed people are from creative industries. So it's kind of a lot in Brno, this city only. So it's a big why and big rolling machine to do something about it, to support people like this and give them tools to be really independent and work on what they want to.
And I guess that that number is much more. We're in the year of 2025, and
Definitely. The mapping of creative industries for the whole region is now slowly finishing, so we will have new numbers very soon, and it's really higher right now already.
as what I can input into that is that a lot of what we see, for example, in our city of Brno, when you walk around, it's a bit more architecturally pleasing. For example, Moravské náměstí, how it changed in the last 2 years as well. And for instance, we could take that as a creative lead, like some architect designed that whole thing. Forgive me if we will post the name, I guess, of the architect who designed. Let's say I'm a creative that enjoys making films for fun. Bruno G's, we make films for fun. Not the best one, but we're trying to get there. How could you advise me as a creative to make, let's say, or start a business out of this whole thing of making films? Is there any procedure that you take here at KUMST?
Yeah, I think I can answer that because film industry is kind of similar as the game industry, but not the same. That's important. And first thing I do, I would like listen to your like, what do you want to do? If you really want to do it and do like everything for it to be the best, and if you want to reach the like local market, or you want to go to the global, or what is like your plan to do, and then we just like will work on it and highlight the thing they are important for your development. But yeah, film industry is kind of specific for us. I don't know if we have any.
Depends
Like
if you want
film
to create
creators?
a film or a production company, I would say. If it's production company, then get to know your like local scenes or communities, engage with them, prepare something for them, take it as like a reference material, and then slowly gain your customers that can pay for what you do. And this is like the local development of production company. But if you want to make a film, then there is a slightly different route. There are grants for it. There are different kind of supports for being able to work on it for a longer time. And it's like, for me, the main difference.
Yeah, I would say, at least in our case, maybe we're considering ourselves as a production company, right? Just as an instance for even our audience listening, how they could confront KUMST and perhaps get some advice on their own creative journeys. What role or how important do you think is having a center like KUMST in Brno? For example, let's imagine a scenario where creatives didn't get that support they get here at KUMST. What difference is KUMST making right now in our society here in Brno?
It is like, first thing, you are not alone, because when you are developing something, you can be anybody, like a designer, graphic designer, etc. Most of the time, if you are not working in a team, you are alone in it, and it can be kind of like hard to like see out of the bubble you are in. And in here, we can help you to give you another perspective on how like actually good you are, how it can be like developing in a good way. And yeah, that's one thing I have in mind.
Totally agree. And then we can connect you to another field, another companies, and other experts to get advice. So it's a whole structure of connections and connectivity. So this is the most important.
And Gamebase is the only game incubator in Brno, or?
Yeah, it is.
And can you tell us a bit more exactly like what a game incubator is and why it can benefit someone who's looking to develop a game?
It is focused on indie game developers, but it can happen to you can create a big company from indie team. So we are just wanna take these indie teams from around Brno and put them in our community to see they are not alone, as mentioned. And then we provide them consulting experts. There are lectures for them, so they just know how complex the game development actually is. And we are showing them the business behind the game development. They just have to think about marketing, they have to think about law and everything, because they are going to global market. That's the big difference from creatives from like other fields, like I don't know, architectures, for example. And we have to like show them how complex it is, and if they are interested and they just want to continue developing game, we we are like part of the development, but not literally, but we are just like looking at them, asking them if everything is okay, if they don't need any expert right now, and if they do, they just can meet them. We are not experts for everything. We just That's not possible for one person, so we just take another expert from the field who can help them, and we can also help them to look for funding possibilities.
And Tamara, are there any maybe kind of known projects that you worked on through KUMST? Like, I don't know, as I've mentioned earlier, maybe like Plastic Guys, they're a more known project that came out of KUMST. Is there something like this that you were involved in as well?
Yeah, it's going to be also part of the exhibition I'm preparing, and I'm already communicating with projects like Besídka Studio, Erbo, Koga Studio, Denisa Strmiskova Studio. So projects focused on architecture, social design, tech and creative design. You can imagine it like product design.
We're back in a second.
So the name KUMST comes from the Czech word like Kunst, or maybe I'm getting it wrong. Can you help me with this?
From a German.
Yeah, you both are right, actually. It's from
Nice.
German Kunst for art and Czech Kumst for like being very handy with things. And it's combining both skills together, so that's why it's Kumst. Usually wrongly pronounced, but we are getting to it, and this is where it comes from.
How can we pronounce it correctly?
Just Kumst.
KUMST.
Oops.
I like when people are telling me like, I'm going to KUMST, and I'm like, okay, go for it. Yeah.
And do you host any events or meeting days for international or English based discussions here?
Any consultation can happen in English. We have also sheets or forms that you can use once you are English speaker, and it helps you to know or to get to know how to start a business in Czech Republic and how to be incorporated more in Brno scene. So definitely we have open hours for our consulting each first Wednesday in a month. So it's really open to anyone.
So, if any of you out there are have a creative project in mind and are looking to get some help, get some feedback, and maybe start making a bit of money from it or some money from it, you know where to go. Feel free to go to KUMST on, what did you say, Wednesday was it?
Yeah, first Wednesday in a month.
Okay, so you heard it here, folks.
We're saying that you're planning to expand to whole Czech Republic, right? Could you maybe say some more goals for KUMST maybe in 5-10 years? There's something?
Yeah, the expansion for supporting all creatives in Czech Republic and Slovakia is finally real for us because we were past 4 years that KUMST exists. We were mainly focused on region and the city of Brno, and this is big news for us. So we can help really anyone, and we would like to hear more from people outside of the region. We also little bit changing our programs from events to courses because we found out that business know-how is more complex than just to be on one event and then you're good to go. It's always more topics. So we found out that you you only have your idea, your why you want to create something, and the know-how behind the business is really bigger part of the action plan you have to do after you know what you want to do. So that's why the course system or
Like, could you imagine, or you think it's possible in future that it could be more of a franchise, or there could be another building, for example, in Bratislava, or you think it's possible?
you know what? We have couple agreements between centers like this in Czech Republic and Slovakia, and for us, it's a building of a community in between the organizations, so we can easily transfer the knowledge and how to work with people, what's the problem of that part of the Czech Republic, how we can help. So slowly, some initiatives are happening around us. But for us, we have a really different position because we are supported by the city, region, and for universities. That's why it's so big, helpful, and having like more or wider support system. And it's not possible for everyone in the other institutions. But slowly, hopefully, we can have the whole network of support for creators.
Yeah. So
Sorry, it's more about the like collaboration with everybody in the Czech Republic. That's same for us. We don't want to be like we don't want to have a wide company for supporting like game developers in Europe because there are these incubators already. We just want to connect with them and work with them together. And maybe the people we are helping now, we are consulting them. We can like just show them they can go there and they can join their program to be part of. So it's not about getting like bigger, but it's more about like connecting with each other.
yeah, so more or less it could work something like FabLab. That it's like, that you have a place here or there. It could be bigger or smaller, but there is criteria they need to like have, for example, work with some space in Bratislava.
Definitely. And I wouldn't say criteria, but more like vision or like enthusiasm to do something and do something together. Then really more things are possible than we can imagine. Like getting to know or being known in a wider space. It's best practice, I would say.
And what is Fab Lab exactly? Can you tell us a bit more about it and what someone could do
Yeah,
there?
FabLab is a maker space. So there are 3D printers, laser machines, also sewing machine, cutters, and stuff like this. And you can prototype your products there, use their tools to help you create something more liable or viable. It's it's a space where you have it like a hobby, but also that can help you to grow more.
I was there yesterday actually, and for everyone who needs a place or like just a space where you can also talk with the other people who work or something is really nice. You pay some monthly money or like some payment, and you just buy your own materials. And the best thing for me about FabLab is that they have free courses. So if you wanna learn how to use CNC or laser, you just pay this monthly fee, and you need to do this course before handling with the machine, which is amazing because you don't get this anywhere else to learn with laser for free. Just you pay like I think I pay like 150 for a month, and it's amazing. Just and it's also here at KUMST and then at YITS, right? Yes, I'm going to that one in YITS.
Yet is South Moravian region business startup support, or how would you explain it exactly?
South Moravian Innovation Agency. They are our mother from also FabLab, for KUMST and Gatebase, because each of the agency or institution has their like a group of people who can support, who
Provide the support. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, thanks. And thanks to them, all of us exist because it was a lot of communication between them and the city and other stakeholders. So big up.
Yeah.
Maybe just to elaborate on FabLab is like a network of workshops all over the world, and just say like interesting thing is that you can have one in Barcelona that's like 300 meters square big, or some really small garage owned by old guy in Denmark, which is just like there's criteria to have like a laser 3D printer and CNC, I think, and then you can create your own FabLab, or that's what I heard. So I hope I'm right.
The best part on FabLab for me is that you don't have to take care of the broken parts of the machine. You always come there and everything's working and you are ready to use it. And this is a big.
You can come anytime there. If you have like crazy idea about some prototyping, you can go there and do it right away, which is super helpful because I've been in this situation where I have to just try something right away, and then you can go there to just do it.
Can you tell us something that you tried to create through FabLab?
I was not in FabLab because it was during my studies. I was working with laser cutter in faculty because we have one also, and it wasn't open like this, like FabLab, so it was hard for me back then prototype like my board game I did back then. So this is super helpful. I can actually share this as
So the situation when you have like crazy idea at 2 a.m. in the morning, you just go to FabLab, and it's
Is
amazing.
it open at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, if you pay the plan for like I think it's called Mister, you can just go 24/7. And I pay just the beginning one because it's like I'm going there since like 2019, and it's good because like if you pay the main like the 150 is there's always the people from FabLab there with the red t-shirts, and it's super helpful when you don't actually know what you're doing or you need some specific
Guidance.
yeah, exactly.
Physical products aren't the only thing that are supported by KUMST. If I can recall, like Mycroft Studios, they're musicians, artists. How does one who's perhaps making music get support from KUMST? Does it work on the same ways that you mentioned, or?
As we spoke about film, there are also ways how to like different approaches in music. Like you are a musician, you make your album, or you are a producer, you need your studio, or I don't know, you create the music for a game
Develop. Yeah.
Games.
Just games.
Yeah. And there is always different approach in between those three, but we are aiming, therefore we have spaces here, so there are studios for producing music at this example, but there are also other topics like architecture, like fashion design, graphic design, product design, so stuff like this is always supported here.
So whatever creative you are, you know where to go. Speaking of creative projects, are you two doing anything of your own personal project that you're interested in? As far as I know, Tamara, you're tattooing, right? As well.
Right, yeah. And with that, I'm also curating and fundraising, documenting in Post Gallery that I co-founded, and also doing independent curation for or with another project. So kind of things.
In my free time, which I don't have, but my other job is I director for a game which is not announced yet, but I'm working on it with a small indie team, and also I'm still working at Pavu. I'm working on a festival. It's called Lektvar, and it's a festival for game design students or game media students, and it's actually happening in a KUMST in a few months. So yeah, and that's my two other project I'm working on.
Cool. And when exactly is this festival? You said.
21 to 23 March.
Perfect. Okay. So if you are into creating games and if you're, it's open to everyone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is open. It's student festival, but it's actually open to all people who are also players and game players, and also for designers who are just interested in medium itself. So yeah, and also we will collab with FabLab in there, so there will be some workshops with FabLab. So yeah.
Could you maybe highlight some projects that are more known in Brno that you are involved with as KUMST?
Yeah, definitely. We have already quite a range, and I would like to mention, for example, Koga Studio and Airbo, the brand for sustainable bags. Then, for example, Denisa Stromiskova Studio, she and her team created the interiors for the whole KUMST, but she's also awarded interior designer. And QB, they are a studio for assets in 3D world. So help me, yeah.
3D design.
Yeah.
Like physical products or like
Digital, yeah, digital product.
Okay.
Digital 3D design. That's my field.
And then Hibig and Christoph, a big architecture studio that already are having anniversary of going to global market. They have their branch in London and stuff like this. So by this, probably I would like to invite you all for the opening at 25th of March. We will open the showroom with parts of examples that we support the businesses that we would like to showcase, also thank and support with another amount of recognition.
Maybe tell us who is responsible for the visual identity, because I love it, like the graphic design and everything by KUMST, and also if you go around KUMST, the special font you have, and also the things on toilets. It's just amazing.
You mean the graffiti?
Yeah, no, also that. I'm sure you're not really sure who is responsible for that.
I know.
But like the graphics, like the actual graphics.
Studio Pixel designed the visual identity, and since they designed it, we use it for years now. And each year, me and David, the manager of KUMST, always iterated to some kind of a new and connecting to the strategy of the year.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really amazing. I love it. And
As
also, it
well.
goes really well. It also really goes well with the graffiti. I'm not sure if it was planned to have graffiti here, but
We actually keep them here because in this building there was a FAVU, Faculty of Arts, and the building was kept with the original
Let's say vibe.
vibe statues, and we just added some things to have it just a little bit more business-like, a little bit more white, and balancing the creativity that was here before.
Keeping it real. Are there some things that you personally find really rewarding about working at KUMST? I mean, you've said 1,000 times, not 1,000, but a couple as a community. Anything else that you would like to mention that you personally feel rewarded by working here?
I think it's you met a lot of people from different fields, but not just the creators, but also the important people, which is you have to. I studied at Faculty of Fine Arts, I was like dressed as a hobo sometimes, I didn't care what I wear. And then you started working in here, and you have to sometimes think how you look and how to approach the people. And I wanted to stay me, but iterate on the how to be more like professional. And it helped me to develop as a person I want to be actually, because when I studied in the Faculty of Fine Arts, I was like more, I'm so like cool, I'm studying in here, and then I like graduated, went in here, and was like, what was I thinking? That wasn't me. That was just I wanted to be like this, but in here I feel more like me because I'm in between everything, if it makes sense.
Totally. Like, to put it in one sentence, KUMST help bring that authenticity out of you as well.
Yeah, I think it is like that.
Yeah, I already said as well that the decision making, not only in KUMST itself, it's really important for me because I was studying arts management, and I was studying the policy making and grant structure and stuff like this, and being really in between what can be done and what can change and how we can approach it to be really helpful to actual people. This is really great part about it.
And if you could offer one piece of advice to firstly, a young creative professional that's trying to make it into the industry officially, and the second thing would be, what would you advise to your younger self as an artist? You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can start because it will be quick. I think for young designers, and maybe I'm talking to game developers specifically because it's my field. I just want to say, like, work hard. It's worth it. And for my younger self, you did great. You did everything you could. Good job. You are where you wanted to be. So I don't have any advice for you. Maybe you gave me some advice better.
Amazing. What about you, Tamara?
I think that nothing is going to happen overnight. So step by step, do something each day. It's going to show when you do something each day. So that's important for me. That also helped me when I was young. I had goals and I had dreams, and I walked towards them and make things happen. So this is really important. And advice, how was it for me from the future, or me when I was younger, or
I messed
up. Advice to your younger self from you right now.
Okay, I totally agree. It was really sad.
Yeah, you did good job, young Tamara.
Yeah, something like that. Like, yeah, go step by step, like you always did, and you're gonna need it in every part of your life. So
Maybe don't be so afraid of authorities. I would recommend it to my younger self, because I was always so scared of these men, like specifically, and now, like, whatever, you just can't like destroy me right now. So that would be the advice.
Hell yeah, step by step.
Apart from your really busy schedule, is there something that you do in your free time, if you have it, that helps you with, like, you know, reconnecting with yourself? Is there any hobbies that are not really creative or whatever?
I don't have not creative hobby, but I love to dance. I dance hall, and also techno parties are my relief strategy. And when I was reading this question yesterday during the night, I was a little bit melting on how busy it is, but makes sense. It's going to pass, and you will love what you did during the busy time. So dancing and actually.
Yeah. I'm knitting in my free time, and I'm doing as a meditation, because it takes a lot of time to do like sweatshirt and anything like this. And it's the time where when I don't look at like any screen, you have to be focused on your hands. And yeah, that's my free time, me time, and everything I need. So.
Did you make this?
No, it's taking a lot of time to make a sweatshirt. I don't have that much time, but I'm making like hats and vests and smaller parts.
Okay, as you know, we're the Brno Gs, and we stand for inspiration for all Gs. So again, I'm gonna ask you if you can give us, or any of our listeners, one sentence or one piece of advice. Doesn't need to be one sentence, that could give them a little nudge to move forward in their journey. Just go ahead.
Just don't be afraid.
And it's worth it. Always.
You heard it here, folks. That's it. We had a wonderful time, and we were really grateful that you've invited us here, and we felt really cozy. We hope you did too. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope that it inspired you to go along your journey, and that you enjoyed it just as much as we did making it for you. I'd like to give a big shout out to all the people that helped make this possible. Big love to Infame Radio. Sound engineering was by Victor. Visuals are by David Loshek. Soundtracks were by Rafael Garay. Co-production of the podcast is by Vincent Gattermeyer. Videography is by Joachim Kuchek. Executive production and mastering is by Lahiru Devendra. Peace and love. Stay inspired.